Last time on my New Zealand adventure, I hiked the Harataonga Track on Great Barrier Island, just about 100 kilometers off the coast of Auckland. It's also known as the Coastal Walkway, and it had gorgeous views. I think one thing I forgot to mention is this actually used to be a road connecting the north part to the south part of the island for the people who lived here. But just like the early pioneers and settlers of Great Barrier Island, there's a cuppa at the end of the trail at Harataonga Campground. Come on, join me. Today I'm taking you along with my last day on Great Barrier Island. To kind of temporarily make this work. Just adjust the gasket and really work it in slowly. You can see though it's still dripping, but at least I've been able to use it. It's not pouring out like it was the first day it broke. It means I just can't keep disconnecting this to fill it up, but it works. See, if I just want to filter my water, which all the water here on the island says it should be filtered, even that comes out of the faucets. And did I mention their vault toilets seem really too close to streams, so I'm not really sure how that works, but I am filtering most of my water. This really is my favorite campground so far in New Zealand. It's gorgeous. You really get the feel that you're on an old farm, which you are. I'll talk about in a minute. But I had this site down here all to myself across this little creek. Everybody else is on the other side with the big group of kids, the school kids that came in last night too. But really quiet, very serene, just amazing. I've learned from a lot of the posts like this and locals that a lot of New Zealand was farmed in the 1800s when it was first settled, and there are a lot of efforts being taken now to restore New Zealand to its natural state before all the farming. And the locals that I've talked to and places like this, which are all about conserving and rehabilitating New Zealand, have been pretty prominent in my travels here so far. So that island out there, called Arid Island in English, I can't remember what the native name of it was, but that was purchased in the early 1900s by a family and farmed. They homesteaded it and farmsteaded it for a while, and then they sold it back to the New Zealand government for like 1.3 million, even though they had offers of a lot more from celebrities, international celebrities who wanted to buy the island. They decided that they wanted to sell it back to their home country and keep it in the country. So there it is behind me. There it is. And same with this piece of property here, that it was homesteaded for decades, maybe a century. I can't remember off the top of my head. But when the family was done with it, they sold it back to the New Zealand government. So in order to make a park out of it for everybody to enjoy. So like I said before, I mean, New Zealanders, man, they have lots of pride of country. I mean, the fact that, I don't know how many people would do that. They sold an island at a fraction of the price just to keep it home, rather than to sell it to somebody, you know, who would have just made it their own private island again. I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. You know, actually an international celebrity, so not even a New Zealander from what they said, and they just wanted to keep it in New Zealand. So, very cool. Lots of history. Recent history. I haven't seen a lot of like old, ancient, pre-European settler history. A little bit about the natives, but not a lot. Maybe when I explore the South Island, we'll get more of that. Maybe we'll even hit a museum. Okay, I want to know this guy's story. He was 70, but he died suddenly. He was respected, but the quotes, "The blood of Christ cleanseth us from all sin. Therefore judge nothing before the time until the Lord come." Did he die how did he die? In a gun battle? I don't know. The blood of Christ cleanseth us from all sin. Makes me think that maybe he was a sinful fella, but I don't know if I'm interpreting that correctly. Probably not. See, this guy's quote, William Alcock's quote is, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." None of this being cleansed of sin and interesting. And that one over there is blank. So maybe the person was never buried up here? Interesting. Enjoying my last morning on the island. I had an opportunity to get a ride. It's about 3 kilometers off to the main road where I'll have to hitch into Claris, but I wanted to take my time. This place really is special. I was sitting next to a couple on the plane on the way over who spend half their time here, and the guy, as we were landing, said, "You don't know it yet, but you chose a really special place to explore." And boy, he wasn't exaggerating. I love this island, the friendliness, and how people just the camp host came down to it was 8:30, and I had talked to him the night before about maybe catching a ride with the school kids as they were going out. And so he came down at 8:30, and he's like, "They're getting ready to leave." Everybody's just so helpful and friendly and kind, and that's what they said. The couple of the locals that I talked to said everybody just kind of looks out for one another. I love this place. I love it here. I am so glad I did this. And I'm so glad I did it the way I did it instead of the way I had planned on doing it. It worked out really, really well. This has been one of the most special travel weeks ever. I hope you enjoyed it too. Okay, heading back to my camp where I'm going to pack up and walk the 3 kilometers out to the main road and hitch a ride. My flight's at 3, and then I head to Christchurch for a camper van. That ought to be fun. I had to walk less than a mile on the main road before I got a ride. Just as I was about ready to set up the camera to show hitchhiking, this nice young mom stopped and picked me up. And she just happens to work at this cafe that I was heading to. And look at the vegan option they have. This looks really good. Who doesn't love a good Buddha bowl? I have a couple hours to kill before my flight leaves for the Auckland airport, and then I catch another flight from there down to Christchurch. So it's a full day of travel. I think I'm going to take advantage of this lull time and just explore this part of the island and relax a little bit. Just check some things out. Look, there it is. What the heck is it? Hello there. I saw you in the stream. Chips and sauce, and $1 extra for the sauce, meaning ketchup. $6 New Zealand, $4. That's not bad. Just finished the walkthrough of my rented camper van. I'm really excited. I can't wait to hit the road. Look at this, is nice. They do all the builds themselves. Ta-da! Here they come to finish up. Okay, we'll hit the road. Alright, are you enjoying New Zealand so far? If you are just going to absolutely love what I have coming next. Exploring the South Island by Campervan. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe below. Just click on the little red subscribe button or the little icon on the corner of the video that has my logo on it. And I'll see you next time. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here with me, for watching my videos, sharing my videos, leaving positive, supportive comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah! And be sure to check out some of the other videos over here. I'm not sure what's that. I'll put them on yet.